This is a club face awareness drill, especially if you tend to open the face dramatically in the backswing. You need something to help you when you practice to be aware of where the face is. So all you need for this is a clothespin. And it's called a clown's nose drill because I actually have a clown's nose attached to the clothespin. You don't need to buy one if you don't have one. Who has these? You could probably take a piece of aluminum foil or something and wad it up into a ball um, and make a similar type of thing. So we're going to set this on top of the shaft where it lines up with the club face. So you can have a very big surface area to look at, and that's the goal. And then we're going to go over here and start practicing. So what I want you to see is the clown's nose is on top of the shaft, okay? And so what we want to do is start the backswing and understand that we don't want this to start pointing up in the air, okay? Because that's opening the club face dramatically, and that's the the root cause of some of these swing issues we see with certain people. So the clown's nose would need to be over here, okay, because see, that's the same orientation as it was at address. So you can't see the clown's nose or the stick, but it's angled roughly 90 degrees to the plane we're swinging on, okay. You could also see the face angles kind of matching my spine. So that's checkpoint one. You may have to do hundreds of repetitions, perhaps, just to get this checkpoint right. And that's okay because you don't need to go hit golf balls and get out in the hot sun and sweat. All you need is some sort of mirror where you can see what you're doing. And then you get going to there, okay? So that's position 2 in the backswing. Okay, when we start going higher, again, what we don't want is that clothespin to start pointing up in the air because that's opening the face. So once we go there, now we're going to have the clothespin still up above top of the shaft, okay? Don't want it hidden behind the shaft. That's why it's good to do this with a mirror because you can see these perspectives for some people a little easier than if you're watching it, but you get the same idea. I don't want the ball hidden behind the shaft, and I certainly don't want it, well, I was going to show you under, but I want it on top of the shaft, okay? When we get to the top, I want that ball to be on top of the shaft. I call this underneath the shaft and this on top. You could call it right or left. If you're looking from this perspective, I want it on the right side of the shaft. I don't want it hidden behind the shaft, and I certainly don't want it underneath because that's a club face is so open it's not playable. Okay, so we're going to go back to where we want it, and we're going to start making swings that go checkpoint, checkpoint, checkpoint. So when we get to the top, again, this is on the right side of the shaft. So that's a square club face. Open, massively open. So this gives you really good feedback. Then what you can do is start, slowly going through these little checkpoints, making sure you got it right. Because you really won't necessarily need a camera to do this now. You can just look at the ball and the stick and where it's lined up according to the shaft on a mirror. Then after that, what you may want to do is start hitting some balls with this, but unfortunately the clothespin will fly off, so you may have to take some, if you've got an extra club that you don't care about, get some duct tape, tape this thing on there where it won't fly off, and then as you make some swings, turn your camera on, film it, and then you can start to see where the alignment of the clothespin is and the ball is in relation to the shaft. If you make a mistake, you know where you need to work on, maybe a certain section of the swing that's going bad, and then you can just focus on that section and do some more reps until you get it right, okay?